So before you get started with your product research and competitor analysis, I just want to go over something which is really, really important. And this is my winning product checklist. And this is basically just a checklist of things that I look for when I'm choosing a product to promote on Native Ads. Now, this isn't set in stone. You still can have success with products that don't fit into the boxes that I'm going to go through now. But I definitely think this is the very best starting point when you're finding your first product to promote and you want to give it the best chance of succeeding. If you can get it to tick the boxes that I'm actually going to go through now, then it's going to give it a lot more higher chance of succeeding. And this is just based on my personal experience from running lots of adverts and testing lots of different products. I kind of find the most successful products fit into the elements that I'm going to go over in this video. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal a product which generated me over $150,000 in commissions in just over a couple of months. I'm actually going to reveal what that is in this video, and you'll see that it ticks all of the boxes on this checklist, and this is why it's a great checklist to start with when you're starting your research. So this is, as I said, it's not set in stone, but it's a good starting point. If you can try and tick all these, you're on to a winner. So first of all, you want the product that you're looking for to have generic mass appeal. And what I mean by that is you want it to appeal to both men and women at the same time, and possibly all ages. You don't want it to be too niche to start off with. And that's mainly just because you can't target on Native Ads. It's not like Facebook, it's not like Google where we can target ages and certain demographics. We're kind of targeting more of a mass group of people. So if you can find a product which does appeal to both men and women and all ages, then you've got more chance of having success with it, and there's a much more room to scale it if it does become profitable. Now, as I said, there is some products which don't fit into this and they are more niche and you still can crush it with Native Ads, but definitely starting off, you should try and find your first product to have more of a generic mass appeal. One thing to note is that the readership and the people which tend to buy on Native Ads does seem to be more of an older demographic. So you can kind of lean a little bit more the older demographic, but you don't want to rule out anyone younger. That's what I'm saying. And you'll see a little bit later on when we're looking at products, kind of what I mean. The next thing that I look for is a product that solves a real pain point. Now, this is just going to make your job so much easier, because if you can find a product that solves a real problem, but not only just a problem that is actually causing someone pain, and I don't just mean physical pain, I mean like it could be an emotional pain or an emotional problem or a problem that they want solving, and your product solves that problem, then it's going to be so much easier to promote it and sell it. And it's going to be easier to create an angle in your copywriting and on your landing page, which I'm going to talk more about in actually creating the campaign. But when you're looking for a product, you want it to solve a real problem. Now, there is exceptions to this, and there always will be exceptions, because Native Ads is massive and you can crush it with a lot of products. For example, a few years ago, people were really doing well with drones, like little basic drones from China. They were being drop shipped and sold on Native Ads. That doesn't really solve a problem, but people crushed it with them. So that kind of proves the exception that you still can do it without a product that solves a problem, but it's just much harder to sell a product like that. So definitely for your first product, try and find one that really does solve a problem. The next thing is that you want to try and find a product that's got a payout of over $80. So that means you receive $80 in commissions for every sale that you generate. Now, this isn't an exact science, and you still can find products outside of this price range. But from personal experience, just from myself running lots of adverts to different products and testing a lot of things out, I've just found it's a lot easier to make profit if the product has got a payout of over $80. Now, if you can go way beyond that and promote a product which has got a much higher payout, you can make even more profit. Usually, the higher price the product, the higher the EPC, the earnings per click that you will receive. So it's actually a lot more profitable the higher the payout. But obviously, that requires a lot more testing and a lot more budget if you're promoting products which are really high payout, which I'll go into more detail when we're actually running campaigns and testing and stuff like that. So kind of the lowest price for the best results is probably around about the $100 mark, because it doesn't take too much money to test, but it still can get you a lot of profit, and you can still be getting a quite high EPC. So when you're looking for your product, try and find that kind of over the $50 mark, I would say, but try and lean up to over the $80 mark if you can afford it. Now, as I said, you will need more budget the higher price the product. So it just depends on what budget you're working with, because I'll explain this a little bit later on, but basically when you're running adverts on native ads, you're going to be having your adverts showing on lots of different placements and lots of different websites. And if you've got an offer that's $80, you need to be prepared to spend $80 per placement before you know whether that placement is going to be profitable or not. And you're not going to know whether that one website is profitable until you've spent at least $80. So if you've got a $500 product where it's going to pay you out $500, you have to spend $500 per placement. So that's why we don't want to go too far above this price range. But again, the same thing is that we don't want to go too low, because if it's too low and they're only paying us out $20, it's much harder to actually make back the money that we're spending on adverts. So I found that kind of aiming for products over $80 is the best way to go. The next thing is that I usually try to find products that fall into either the health, weight loss, or make money niches. Now, you can obviously find products outside of these niches. These aren't exact or set in stone, but these just seem to convert a lot better, because usually they kind of lend themselves to this point, which is solving a real pain point. People have usually got pain points about their health, their weight, or their financial situation. So it's just much easier to actually create copy that speaks to people about these niches. And people usually take fast, impulsive decisions when they want these problems solving. So it's much easier to get sales and generate commissions. Now, there is things that do fall outside of this. For example, I promoted a reading offer, which was teaching children. It was aimed at parents to teach children how to read quickly. And it didn't really fall into these. It didn't make me that much money, to be honest. So maybe that's why, because it didn't fall into one of these. So I kind of try and get them to fall into these categories. Now, you might see products which you can't initially see them fall into these categories, but you still can create an angle that kind of leans towards one of these elements. So for example, I was promoting a little while ago dropshipping. I was doing this on native ads, and it was basically a little device that extracts moisture out of the air and damp out of the air. So if you've got damp and mold on your walls, it can extract them. Now, at first, when you're first looking at that, you might think, well, it's not a health problem, it's not a weight loss problem, it's not a make money problem. So then you might just dismiss that if you saw that on a spy tool. But actually, it does fall into health, because when I created my landing page and I was thinking about the target audience, the angle of it, I was thinking about, well, you can get rid of this mold and this damp in your house, which is causing you health problems. So when you are doing your research, don't just dismiss things if they don't initially seem that they fall into these categories, because sometimes you can kind of find an angle which does fall into these categories, which we will be talking about more when we're getting into the creatives and the landing page side of things. And the last point is that it's just proven to convert for others. So this is obviously what we're going to be doing when we're doing our competitor analysis or spying, and looking and seeing what's already working for other people. So this goes without saying, but you need to obviously make sure it is a proven offer that is already working for other people. You can obviously find offers which are brand new, but that's how you waste money. We want other people or affiliate networks or our traffic sources to say this is already working for someone else. And then you go, well, does it tick this box? 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 And if it ticks all of them and it's working for other people, then you are onto a winner, and then it's time to start testing. So we're going to go over research and stuff about that a little bit later on. But I just want to reveal to you a product which I was recently been running, and it generated me over $150,000 in commissions, around about $40,000 in profit in the end from this product. And most people won't share these products with you. And this is still a product which people are promoting now, and it's still making money. The reason I stopped promoting it, and I'm going to show you what it is in just a moment. The reason I stopped promoting it was because it started to not be as profitable, and I was testing some other offers. And then I found another offer which is a lot more profitable, which I've decided to spend my focus on and spend my budget on. So this offer still has got some legs and it still could be profitable, but it did start to dwindle for me. So I wouldn't go straight into this and think you're going to make loads of money straight away. I would follow the steps and the research that I'm going to show you and how we work out whether we're going to go for a product later on in this module, rather than just swiping this offer that I'm going to show you now. But I want to just show it you, just to show you that it ticks these boxes. So this is the affiliate network here where I was running this offer. I obviously didn't reveal this on my YouTube channel, so you're getting insider information here. I also didn't reveal what the product was as well, but obviously you paid for this training, so I am giving you all of my secrets inside of this. And this is the dates that I was running it. So from beginning of August, so the 31st of July, which is basically the beginning of August, till October the 15th, I was running this on this affiliate network. And you can see it started to die off here. I was still getting quite a few conversions coming through. I was still making profit, but it just wasn't as profitable. So I started to scale back a little bit, tested other things. The other things just became more profitable. So I've put this to the side. But it still is, it's not a bad offer, to be fair. And you can see down here, this is the offer. It's called SkinCell Pro. It's conversions, 1,736 conversions, and a payout of $150,000 from this, a conversion rate of 3%, and earnings per click is $2.64, which is not bad for something on native ads. Now this is basically a skin tag remover and mole remover product, which basically solves someone's problem. So let's just go back to this. So it's a skin tag and mole remover. Now let's go back to this checklist. It needs to have generic mass appeal. So does it appeal to men and women? Yes, men and women have got problems with skin tags and moles on their skin, so it ticks that box. Does it solve a real pain point? Well, yeah, because people sometimes have skin tags or moles that they want removing and they're unsightly and they want them gone. And it's a pain. It's like it's the thing that you don't want on you, and it kind of affects people's confidence and stuff. So there's lots of angles that you can go down with the creative for that. Does it have an offer of a payout of over $80? Yes, it did have a payout. The payout is actually $80, but when I started getting more conversions, they actually increased the payout to $96, which I'll talk about how you actually get pay bumps and stuff later on in the training. But it was a good enough payout, which meant that the EPC was fairly high, which was over $2, which I just shown you then. It fell into the health category as well, so it ticks that box. And it's proven to convert for others, because if you go on SpyTools, I'm not going to go on SpyTool now and show you, but you'll see this product popping up quite a lot of the time, and I'll show you when I'm on the SpyTool a little bit later on in the section anyway. But it's proven to convert for other people there. But actually, the way I found out about this was my affiliate manager when I joined. He said, there's a product here which loads of people are crushing it with. You should check it out. And I just want to show you another little thing here as well. If we just go to top offers on Affiliax, you will see that it's here on one of the top offers, and it's this bar indicates the amount of sales it's being made. It's got the EPC for that offer on this network. So again, it's proven to convert for others when we've cross-checked it. From this guy telling us, the affiliate manager, we've cross-checked it with the stats available on the affiliate network. I've cross-checked it on a SpyTool as well to see other people are doing it, and it's ticking all of them boxes. I am onto a winner. So I just wanted to show you that, to show you that when you do tick all of these boxes, you can get a product which you can scale and you can make a lot of money from, and it sells a lot of. Now that's what we're going to be doing in this section. We're going to be finding products which tick all of these boxes, and it's not a case of just seeing it on a SpyTool, looks like it's doing well. You need to cross-check and make sure you're double checking on different platforms and different areas, which I'm going to go over, to make sure that it is a product that you actually want to double down on and start spending money on testing, because we don't want you losing any money. So that's what we're going to be doing in this section.